Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Dallas Cowboys. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there on the first play of the game. 56 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Davis. A gain of 6 there on first.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now Elliott. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll look to throw here. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And his kick is indeed good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the first points of the night belong to our home team as they're able to take the opening kickoff and at least get 3 points out of it.
Yeah, and that helps the crowd, right? Helps people feel good about why they're there watching this game. They moved the ball well on their opening drive.
Throwing now, Griffin on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure. But it falls incomplete, and it's 2nd down. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the shotgun, Griffin. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Griffin. Looking deep downfield. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings have taken a 1st quarter lead. Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Carlson now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. With that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Allen. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
For me, that was an example of why offensive linemen might want rearview mirrors at times, because you have your assignments to block, but if you can see what's going on in the backfield and maybe the guy carrying the ball is headed in another direction, it might change what you do.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Ben Gideon able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's West. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there with his 1st career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Extra point up and through. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On first down, Griffin finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On second down, Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Slow.
Off the play fake. Here's Griffin. Out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, Griffin. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. Back deep is Tavon Austin. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Elliott. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang it?
Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Carlson now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith.
Brandon, what we just saw there is something we hear from coaches throughout the league. How are you going to defend what they call the moment of truth ball, meaning a 50-50? The ball's in the air, defenders there, receivers there. Who's going to make a play on the football? And in this case, the defensive guys actually got
it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anderson Dejo. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
To throw is RG3. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now Griffin on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. TX-louisianapie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Detroit!
They start on the ground with Elliott. And an alley to run. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Detroit!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. The Cowboys on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. They'll set up a throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott. And down he'll go at the 25. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Slow.
On second down, Griffin. And the pressure getting to RG3. He's brought down for the sack. David Irving with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Third and long. It's Griffin. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Austin. A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It's actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. A first down carry by Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Trey Wayne's the Michigan State man right there in coverage.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll throw deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
After the interception, here's Griffin. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Taco Charlton able to drop him for a loss of 4. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Final play of the half. It's Griffin. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Griffin. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. David Irving in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Griffin forced out to his left. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Right,
didn't happen on that play.
Lucky 56.
Again, it's Elliott. Always got some breathing room. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, if you want to be known as dependable to your quarterback, that's what you have to do. Go into the middle of the field, know the hit is coming, and catch the football. And that's exactly what he just got done.
And defensively, a little deflating to be able to lay that hit and not have the ball pop free, right?
No doubt about it, because your goal defensively, knock it free so that they say, okay, guess what? We're not going to throw it in there anymore. Now, they'll still continue to be aggressive.
To throw on second down. Griffin eluding the play. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tyrone Crawford in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire one. He's got it at the 15. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. A big play here for Dallas. 41 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's third and goal. Here's Elliott. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision. Let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 22 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle. Looking to throw on second down. Griffin. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know it's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there.
Slow.
Now Griffin on first down. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He's going to sling this deep downfield, and he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On third down, Griffin. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. The kick by Carlson is good. And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go to Elliott again. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. They'll look to throw. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this won't get there, won't be on line either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 44 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll run it now out of the gun. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
From the gun on 3rd down, Griffin. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's Griffin. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. He'll get it up the middle. Gets around him. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. They do tack on the extra point as well, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Carlson now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They run it again with Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. Griffin down to a knee, and that should be the final act in this game.
NFL 19.
No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room, and then you